G'day, my name's Ian and I'm going to talk to you today about working out the volume of a cylinder, but let's put it more in terms that we'd actually use. So I'm going to dig the ground to put a tank in, and the tank is 1 metre across, and I'm going to put concrete in underneath my tank. Not that you would normally, you'd put sand in, but anyway, just for the sake of doing the maths and understanding, let's have a look at it and see if we can't make sense of some of this stuff. And I'm going to use my iPhone for the maths because it is fantastic for that. Makes life a lot easier. So let's have a look. Okay, so circle. So we know the circumference is all the way around, and we know the radius in this case is going to be 500 mil, which would mean that the diameter was going to be 1 metre. Okay, so we need to have a look at how we're going to work it out, and we have this number that a gentleman came up with a long time ago, which is so useful for so many things. And on your iPhone, if you have a look down the bottom, roll around the middle, you'll see this symbol here. Looks like that, and that's the pi symbol. But you know, in maths, in numbers, it's 3.14159. I've got to put it, I can't remember all. I just remember the 3.14, which is good enough for the general things like working out stump holes and bits and pieces. But you know, knock yourself out if you really want to. Right, so we need to work out the area of that surface, the surface area of that first and foremost. So let's see if we can't work that out. And the formula goes something like this, and it's pi times r squared. Okay, so let's have a look how we do that in using the iPhone. And the iPhone's got some great functions there. So a couple across, a couple down, you'll see a little button, and it's this great button, one of my favourites, and it's X2. I call it the X2 button, and all that means is it's going to square the number. So I can press the pi key times, so it's pi times 0.5x2 equals, and that should give me 0.78539. And that is the square metres, so metres to the power of 2 area for that. And that makes sense to me. Like, if that's 500 across, that's a metre, so that's nearly a square metre. But, you know, with the corners cut off, and this is nearly a square metre, but a bit less. So I'm pretty confident that that's right. Okay, so let's have a look at it in another way. So our circle with that 0.5 here, and it's going to be another one. Oh, beautiful. And we're going to fill it up with concrete up to 350. No, sorry, 300 I'm going to go. Let's not get confused. But our hole is 450. Okay, which is sort of a common thing, you know, like if we're doing a stump hole or that, we'd probably be doing sand or something in the bottom. But so what we need to do is to find the volume of that cylinder up to 300 high. So I've got the square metres, so it goes 0.78539 times 0.3. So times 0.3, and that equals 0.2356 cubic meters. Okay, so we agreed this morning on the last video that concrete was about $235 per cubic meter. So all we need to do is multiply 0.235 times 235, and that should give us 55.37. Okay, so you know, like it's all the same. It just depends whether you want to do 50 mil of sand on the top, but the formulas and the way to work it down are all the same. And in my world, I like to have known things. So I sort of, if I'm changed from Apple to Android or I'm on the computer, I find something that I can be pretty confident in. So 500 across, I know that's nearly a square metre. So if this came up with something different, I'd know that I'd done something wrong. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my take on volume of a cylinder. Thanks for watching.